We got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we bout to get down. 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend just gone downed. I revived him, now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park streets. Look at the map, go to the marked sheet. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take me Moisty Mire, but not Loot Lake. I really love to chug jug with you. We can be pro Fortnite gamers. He said, hey broski, you got some heals in a shield pot? I need healing and I am only at 1 HP. Hey dude, sorry, I found nothing on this safari. I checked the upstairs of that house, but not the underneath yet. There's a chest that's just down there. The storm is coming fast and you need heals to prepare. I've got V-Bucks that I'll spend, more than you can contend. I'm a cool pro Fortnite gamer. Cool pro Fortnite. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take me Moisty Mire, but not Loot Lake. I really love to chug jug with you. We can be pro Fortnite gamers. La 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 yeah. La 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 yeah. La 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 yeah. Will you be my pro Fortnite gamer? Pro Fortnite gamer. Can we get a win this weekend? Take me to Loot Lake. Let's change the game mode and we can just go dominate. Let's hop on an ATK, take me to the zone. I'm running kind of low on mats, I need to break some stone. Dressed in all his fancy clothes, he's got Renegade Raider and he's probably a pro. He just shot in my back, I turn back and I attack. I just got a victory royale, a victory royale. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take me Moisty Mire, but not Loot Lake. I really love to chug jug with you. We can be pro Fortnite gamers. We got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we bout to get down. 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend just gone downed. I revived him, now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park streets. Look at the map, go to the marked sheet. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take me Moisty Mire,
I'm joined by your FNCS champion, Queasy.
Yeah, well, pleasure is mine.
You've achieved a lot. You've been competing since just before World Cup, right? Which is, it seems like a long time ago now, but talk to me, about your early days and sort of how you sort of got into things as a competitive player.
Basically, like in Road
What has sort of been your influence to play high ground, how you've learned and how you developed your sort of style, right?
we watched like Aqua and Stumpy and like some other high ground teams, and we just basically adapted this like edge 50-50 zone. Even if we don't take it there, our whole like gameplay is based off looking on height. Trulix also like makes a lot of the height calls and stuff, and then Jerky's just there to like frag everyone.
And now that you're FNCS champions, you've got that FNCS pickaxe to run around with and, intimidate people with that in game. Who are sort of the people who you've always looked at in Fortnite as sort of, almost role models, people you look at and you think, I want to get to that guy's level?
I think one of them is like Epic. Well, I admire him a lot. Like, I feel like if he went to different regions, he would probably be the best still there. Every single person that has made it, like, as a tier 1 professional in Fortnite, I look up to them as well.
Yo, Queasy, man, honestly, it's been a pleasure having you here. And to up-and-coming players who want to get to your level and become an FNCS champion?
Basically, if you put time into it, everything is possible.
Simple, but very effective. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.
That's a tough one. It's just unique from all the other POIs.
Like, this is perfect.
For competitive, I prefer new tilted. I went there in World Cup and I know it pretty well, so I think that's why.
I definitely knew tilted because like when it was in the game, there was like the flying tunnels.
The nostalgia, all the memories from it. So I gotta pick season 2 tilted.
Ooh, I prefer Neo Tilted. That was very fun and a lot of mobility.
Neo Tilted because there was like the builds were very modern, and I just like the style of the city.
I would still go with Paradise here. I think it has more and better loot.
Paradise Poems, of course.
Testing, testing,
Well.
perfect.
I would say Frosty Flights because back then Stumpy and Aqua were my favorite players, and I always looked up to them, and the trio FNCS landed there and won it.
I was a bit confused back in the days when I went to first D, because I didn't really know the buildings well. So I prefer going Paradise. I don't know. I just like the hotel in Paradise Palms way better.
Pretty hard question. I would say Lucky Landing, to be honest.
I'd always go to shifty shafts and like try to eliminate everyone there. So I'm gonna go with shifty shafts. That's a tough one. Probably Lucky Landing.
Shifty is the better POI.
I would still rather land Lucky Land than Shifty Shaft. I think there's better loot.
It was just kind of refreshing when it got added to the game instead of retail. So I'll go with Mega Mall.
I like Mega Mall as well.
I would say Mega Mall for sure.
Mega Mall is like really overpowered. Like it's way better than Retail right now.
I prefer Retail, to be honest, because last season as well I landed there in the solo tournaments, and then one of them placed top 5 when I landed there.
I think Sunny Steps was better. Snobby Shores was way too far edge zone.
It was like decent loot, so I would go with Snobby.
I think Snowy Shores has more loot than Sunny Steps and more mats.
I'm gonna go with Sunny Steps. Sunny Steps was kind of a cool concept with like the stars and everything.
Snobby Shores because I landed there in duo back then when it was still in the game.
Hey everyone, my name is Levin2k. We're back for another player profile, and I'm joined by the one and only Andretta. He is one of the best talents we've had come out of Norway. Andretta, man, how are you feeling?
No, I'm doing very good.
Is there anything that you sort of look back on that you sort of are going to take forward next time round in the next finals?
I feel like we played insane and barely had any mistakes. We played really good, and it was just Queasy, Trulix, and Jerky that like popped off the last games.
Friend group culture is obviously a massive thing in Fortnite, right? And you know, who are the people you surround yourself at the moment and who you sort of learn from on a regular basis?
Basically every like top Norwegian player, and we have 2 coaches. We have Bloodex and Chocoladen. I've learned so much from them. It's insane. I love everyone who's in there, you know. I'm learning so much every day.
You're obviously one of the few Fortnite players and one of the few top Fortnite players at this sort of level that's got to experience a LAN event. How was it like handling the nerves and the pressure on LAN?
I feel like I'm really happy I qualified for World Cup because that made me ready for future LANs and other stuff, you know. I feel like there's more improvement, so that's why I want to go to boot camp. I want to go to different LANs in the future and stuff.
What's the one thing you have your eyes set on now? I think I have an idea of what it's going to be. What is that one thing you want to achieve now in your Fortnite career?
After getting second in FNCS, I have my eyes on first place now, so that's my main goal, is getting first place in next FNCS.
I'm going to be rooting for you, man, so don't let me down. Don't let the people down. No pressure.
I won't.
Thank you very much for joining me, man. If you guys have enjoyed this, be sure to check out Andretta. He's an amazing guy. We'll see you guys all soon. It's been Levin2k and Andretta. Peace out.
Peace out.
A game day for me, something to eat, and then I usually go for a walk. I take a shower and then I just start slowly warming up
1v1 realistic or zone wars. I play a lot with other pros.
Hop into arena like 30 minutes before the tournament.
If I feel like my aim is off, I'll do more aim training.
Before big games, I'm not really putting my expectations high. I'm taking it like slow.
I like listening to like songs that gets me in like a good vibe, so I'm ready to play.
Sometimes I just take a shower, like to fully refresh.
Before a game, I just listen to some rap music. Like I'm just putting it like pretty loud to like get me motivated for that.
If I have a bad game in a tournament, then I always try to just forget it, think ahead, you know, and not think about the past while you're playing.
So I just kind of tell myself that I want to win it, and then just play to win, and that usually like helps a lot.
Just focusing on my game.
I'm normally avoiding to eat like fast food and stuff.
Whatever my mom makes, it's always good food.
Be eating berries, eating all that stuff, just to make sure I have more energy.
I don't exercise before games, but I probably should, because it's better for my health.
I do like breathing exercises, so I stay calm and not get like shaky or something.
I usually just go for a walk.
Going outside for like walks or runs, I think is pretty important.
I'm not superstitious, but my teammate Flick is very overthinking of everything.
After 3 games, I always change my chewing gum. That's just like, I've done that for years now.
I can't wear long sleeves when playing. I need to have a jersey on.
Always before tournaments, I get kind of zoned in just naturally. If I play good, I do good, and that's kind of it.
Hey everyone, my name's Levin2UK. I'm here for another player profile, and I'm joined by the amazing Tayson. You're obviously a 2-time FNCS champ. You know, how do you sort of deal with that pressure? What's that pressure been like?
At the start, I didn't really think of that too much, but now, like people that are not in top level just can look at how people that are placing first and like good in tournaments play. The skill gap is getting like so much like smaller.
What are the things in Fortnite that you still feel like you need to achieve to prove it to yourself, not even to anybody else, but just for yourself?
So mainly every season the goal is just like first FNCS. My goal is as well winning Solo Cash Cup, which I didn't do yet. So
it's funny now that I think about it, because you obviously haven't won a Cash Cup yet, and you are the FNCS champ for solos. Do you ever think about the fact that there's a lot of, you know, players and talent out there who obviously sort of like look up to you, right? Does that ever sort of play into your head, the fact that you are like sort of a role model now?
yeah, it's crazy to think about it. Like it's hard to have an ego now, like because everyone is on the same level. There's no like really good players. Everyone good is like on the same level. All about the confidence now.
Tayson, honestly, it's been a pleasure, you know, having you here, being able to get some insight from you. What advice do you have to players who are trying to be good at solos like yourself?
Look what people like a really good level are doing. I think the practice is like really the main thing you need to do every day.
Well, I'm gonna put in the practice then, and maybe I'll get on your level someday. I'll talk to you guys later. It's been Levin2UK and Tayson.
Thank you.
See you guys all soon.
What's going on, Fortnite fam? This is the FNCS All-Star
Fourth FNCS All-Star Showdown. It's your boy Adam, and in these 4 days, that's right, you heard me right, the next 4 straight days, we're hanging out, we're testing the skills in a series of skills challenge, but in unique free modes, and all, proving that will come to the Fortnite fans! All of you guys are ready to get up, because you know who I am. But wait, I can't dress it up, I need some big help. We got our best player in the world who's joining Fortnite Creative! Yippee! Yeah, because it's crazy. And it's strawberries, because this is my territory now. And how you are going to do it, because this is how it's like, because I'm excited. Like, you know, I'm talking about FNCS, whole FNCS. Things that is exciting. We all for it. But whatever it is, FNCS, like, switching it up a bit, there's a couple new things and a bit more flavor, and I'm loving it so far. I'm loving it. This, yeah. Skill challenges, and yeah, that's a whole tournament. And this is cool. So we're all very excited because we all super stack because we are looking for it. So yeah. Yeah, so because we're going to talk about this. Well, this is a global competition. We have 7 regions again on the head-to-head. But don't forget, we'll be jumping into Europe specifically. We're just going to take a look at the top prices to get it. Yeah, we're here for Fortnite, but here we go. It is all the prizes that will be like kind of deeper dives that we're moving because they're going to be. You can watch it here, you can watch it here, you can watch it on the a lot of incredible it's like going to be nice to give it because we love you so many times and we can't. Now gentlemen, let's talk about this 4 days of Fortnite that are ahead of us. Guys, but check out with a blueprint battle. Because with the bullseye banana ball, we'll come into a little bit more about the blueprint battle. It's a very loaded head-to-head edit course. That we do is basically have to take a file. Yeah, we created like live tape. This is how the players managed to qualify. For Chapter 2 in Season 5, it's been top 3 trios from that. In Chapter 6 is the top 3 trios. And then it's good for picking one player around there. Because I got going out. But then the player run to one single tournament and this goes for the double elimination. Surprising, this is gonna go for there's $10,000. Obviously as you go down to the top 8, you could move out the Dutch to go for the L and $1,350 for the upcoming last eliminating first.
Yeah, not too bad at all, but like you
said, like you said earlier, we're going to take
this is the battle of who has the best
aim in the course.
It's good to get through myself and I back myself in my aim.
And I back myself in the age of look it up. But these guys are doing incredibly good, so he's going to be like doing this well because it's going to be Chapter 2 Season 5, it's going to be compared to Chapter 2 Season 6, so we've hit, I picked their own stuff, because they're going to be taking the top trio, because they're going to do like I said, they're going to be one elimination, and I'm looking forward to because on the last day, with big stuff. Guys, I'm going to have to be back here, so you'll be listening to what they are saying.
It's gonna get good. It's gonna get good from day 1 all the way up till day 4, but day number 2, which is tomorrow, we have high tier. We've already looked at the editing, we've already looked at the aiming, and now we're going to be looking at the building. So all of this is really interesting. It basically starts with a ton of cranking 90s, then you've got to get into some tunneling where there's a ton of AI around you to avoid.
So I can't run to the boy video. This is very interesting. So without me talking, what case you hear see today, so just please they'll be strategizing how they're going to be splitting their team, and it's going to be who's going to be playing, who's going to be there, who's the best team. So we're just going to take the last 2 games and play the all across. So 4 high tiers, like what? We will for so surprising yet again, so it's going to be 6 exciting. It's going to be hard banana, it's going to be hard tier, it's going to be.
This is the one that I'm really intrigued about. If you coming on Friday, play for keeps. I'm not too familiar with but guys, I've watched some of it.
This is incredibly exciting. 4 teams are free. Gonna go for these top 2 series for the last FNCS finals, right? And you know, this is a huge deal, like the huge deal. We're just going to be single elimination. These guys are going to play to gain most points in the mode. They're good to be playing. No building now, which is kind of whoever could highlight
piece of the pie, and if we take a look at that prizing, it's a big prize to be had because that first place team will receive $12,000.
Second place will receive, and third place for 6,000, fourth place 6,000, and that's what on Friday. And also we have a skill challenges team with Chalmers will be ending the big solo championship. It's going to be incredibly great. This is going to be solo FNCS Invitational all the way to Chapter 2 Season 6, and you can also see the solo FNCS Chapter 2 Season 2. So where did they come from? Is just go away from chapter 2 season 6. We have a top 15 trios, and which we have a big, there were 90 people because we're gonna go for the last time. Last week I will start playing an event. The top 10 people to get one of you guys middleweight in here as well. So we're just going to be playing from 6 games in total and this money. Yeah. One day there's going to be a lot of your prices. How do you play this? It's very surprising. You can see here with the points. No. He's gonna go for
75 players left remaining.
It's going to be with last period remaining. So it's going to be all the way to hit that. How the crazy pop you're going to be seeing love big man. So I'm looking forward for this because there's so much here. Any skill certificates can lead the world on that because you can see how you go for 100 of video in total because it's going to be the end of the year like that. This is crazy. This is how it's absolutely trying life changing movie. One of that money goes. Which was so and it going to be huge. We come last, $2,000. You know what? Let's get this qualifying next time. We missed this guy. Oh yeah, because I can tell you 2K that. You already have the 2 and it's level 2K. Got him. Okay. So you know what, guys? We're excited. These guys are absolutely excited, and I hope you are taking play this. So how are we gonna get there ready for the competition? We'll take a look together right away.
I would say we could definitely win everything this season.
Yeah, it feels really good. I'm excited for all these tournaments.
We're here to smash the competition.
Hopefully I can win it.
I don't give no mercy, and I'm just gonna give it all I got.
Well, I think we're gonna pick first place.
So I'm just glad to be playing with the best of the best players, and I can't wait to prove myself.
Yeah, we're all excited to be here, me and my teammates.
It's like a really unique thing, so I'm excited to see how it goes.
My team is going to bring probably
Yo!
strats we've never seen on Fortnite yet.
I'm ready.
We're the best, and we're gonna try our best.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Yeah, because we're gonna be getting back to Fortnite.
Let's go, boys.
Yeah, let's go website. We're going to take the baby. This is the excitement is so real. Now, for example, I know yeah, we're going through so much at my little dough. It's going to be like, hold, you know, take it back. We go to the blueprint battle. That's right. Let's take this down. For Fortnite fan gentlemen, pretty straightforward. It's an edit course. We'll be taking things back to basics with the skill challenges, which I'm really excited. We can see 11 and see how the dominating FCS, but I'd like to be able to break down like how this personally going to be shooting, building, etc. This is going to be the cool fundamental. How much you can see how you use it. No, to celebrate a beautiful series of Euro 2020, a football match, guys. Yes, so I was just had to see that you got just a little bit down. This is going to be better because you're going to see these guys in a brawl. A bit is how they're going to roll for it because you know how. So this is going to be this level fly through the map, right? There's going to be a really, really tricky part in the match. So there's a lot of goals, there's headed and then you have to try and reset. I know they can, I recommend some of the records. I want to qualify. The first game out, it was the Mongol elite course that is there. It was saying all records. The countdown started from chapter 1 of season 7, guys. Today has been so good spirit. So I've been so geared up, man, and I love that. We're about to see some series there. Blueprint battle we always have in the bullet for Baza. Let's take a look at the big overall backer with big leprechaun. Right? We're going to take all that. Look at that. There's going to be the skill test. Who think you kind of do really well in this one? Could go to on Champion and CCR. Starting to be controlling the players right now because they're going to be if that traffic's against them, will be 1v1 established because they're going to be mechanical players. from CR or whatever is going to be looking for it, because that second match there was six nations arguably in the world were against each other. Well, it's going to be this side and AJ you have here, and I think the Riley's also most mechanical slide created
basically, to be honest, my favorite player to watch fight in tournaments, whatever it is. He's absolutely insane. And for Refsguard in particular,
yeah, for Refsguard in particular, I'll be watching this side, big tournaments here. You see a lot, but I watched a couple of videos, I watched a couple of streams, this gameplay, and he's absolutely nothing there. So don't know Wiley and here top teams.
at the same time,
we have it, we're just gonna get other stuff here.
So many like
when I'm looking across, when I'm looking at
literally any of these guys could win.
These guys can win the competition, they can win a series competition. That the other guys will be carried out. And actually, the way we have, this is going to be on that side. We're so excited for the next 4 days of Fortnite. Because I'm gassed up, guys, because we are just getting all ready to go. Because it's part of us is still starting engines, which we got for this week. We always spent over here because it's going to be a bit crazier than what we used to see. So I see it's going to be some. So I'm going to think who's going to win. So that would be Energy Mongrel. No, I mean Phase Mongrel, because Mongrel, and so the reason why I got here because they would do it all of because he's going to start taking the French their bullion and that. When it comes to editing, it's going to be hard in French. It's going to really ready for it. You will have going to be going to go to against the realistic skin that the French players will be really hard. So it's going to be taken over here when you talk about it. Also skill and Shaco's child, we haven't had a managed to speak. How
when you say Benji Fishy, a well-known he's definitely gonna be up for a good fight.
He's a fan favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'm looking forward to it. But
he's a fan favorite. I'm just checking if they got a green skin because I never had one, but yeah, we had earlier because he's been actually been able to just in the match, but just been there to get some sensation. I want to go
Oh man, you know it is that time, Fortnite fans.
You know that's something really exciting. Waking up the competition, we got our player to join, and that's only still me. So we're going to take care of that. So, yeah, because we are on a competitive type or Earth or planet from a different alien or Martian. So we're going to take a Martian for All-Star Showdown, Shadow, 2 plays, no weapons, no one. It's all edits and builds. This is going to be so many edits, child. We're over 600 edits here in the Blueprint battle. So there you're going to be looking at, you can see that competitor on the outside. You're going to check what and know if you're falling behind. And we're going to talk about the biggest name in the EU region. Here's the go! This is the top training and champions. He's going to be moving on.
Here we go.
Very good, well, like you said, the breaking by. Now let's. So we're going to do a rap edit and then the wall, and then it gets crazy after that. And this is the battle between Travis and CR. Here we go, Shio! I mean, I'm gonna make it that because it's good, guys. We get a very beginning, guys. As long as they're doing the edit and go for the movement, looks like the shelter. He's like,
that was just the beginning. Chapix is already
on the way.
And he's on to the next stage.
Yeah, CRR was having some issues with the resets, and that will kind of slow him down. And Chapix might pick to be able to win the entire thing. Being that tougher, having that experience in in-game, we all know CRR is a pro. And we're seeing it. It's still very close here, Shio.
Oh, CRR was doing so
good, so perfect, and double touch from down, the double edit and the right flip. Stab the cheek, he's on bitch on now. He's going to say, CRR, every 2 edits have happened. A slight, if he makes it work, if he catches up, I'm pretty sure he has an advantage of very hill inclines.
You'll see coming up right here.
And this is right here when I was ready to edit, of course, fatigue starts setting in. You start getting a little disoriented when making these quick edits, and I'm talking about it. I already said it, over 600 edits, and you're already feeling at this point. Now here's is the side edit. It's about 6 stories here to jump through.
Yeah, you're talking about fatigue, Sancho.
No, fatigue, Sancho.
I mean, Chapix looks like he's had all the energy in the world. He's not stopping.
He's not stopping.
At maximum velocity. Okay, a little bit of a flip up there, but he's already halfway done. The side jumps. Here comes CRR. He has to actually make up so much time. He's going with a very different approach towards the very side, not actually editing the 2 squares close to him, but the ones furthest away. There he goes again. Looks like he's actually having better time.
He's getting better time this first time.
12 edits. You gotta take your time as you can see the ball. And Chapix is literally taunting this man. It's the All-Star Showdown, baby.
All-Star Showdown, baby. And look at it. CR returns the emote. Let's go.
Oh my god, alright,
So,
so
oh my
like
God,
the spirits of Chapix too, but hey, as fun as that is, it's pretty disrespectful too. He's about to knock this man down to lower brackets or have an advantage.
No,
he's not even trying his hardest. Sancho is insane.
It's insane.
Almost
reminding me of
Usain literally pointing at the other person and walking away with
style.
Chapix making it look
Chapix
easy against CRR.
Because
yeah, looks like every wall that CRR hits, there's a little bit of a flub with the edit, but he'll make it through. Chapix, though, he's taking a sweet old time, and I've heard the story about the tortoise and the hare. I'm not saying that might happen right
will be
here.
going
I
on
don't
for
want it to
best
happen
buds.
either. I'm kind of rooting for Chapix in this
The Chapix is serious.
in this circumstance, but man, if he keeps boasting,
Yeah, because
CRR
most
comes
of
back.
this is Fortnite was well. It doesn't matter. This is what I like to call it.
You don't have the experience, but Chapix looks like has all the experience. You're just going to expect some ramp edits and wall edits looking very clean here. When CRR is about to enter this stage here. But this, like, when I was doing it, Shadow, this is when I was like, hold on, man. I got to slow down here for a second. I'm getting a little bit dizzy.
A little bit of dizziness, but nausea is not something CRR has in his system. He's going to be catching up inside the labyrinth. Chapix is almost done right now, going back and forth. He's going to be all the way out, and then all he has is the vertical upkeep and that big drop, the classic Season 4 edit race that everyone used to love to do and compare times. It's here too as well, and Chapix is getting ready to call this one off.
Yeah, these are the cheap towers. About 28 edits ascending. You got those double edit codes like you mentioned, and about 30 edits going down. And all the 30 edits going down just involves floors and ramps. And Chapix right now is basically about to send CRR down to the lower bracket, and it's double elimination. So he's going to have the opportunity to make a comeback and maybe reset the entire thing. But look at it. Chapix all the way down, about to close this out, crosses the finish line with style. It's going to be our first winner in today's Blueprint battle.
Eventually, we're just watching him watch CRR before he crosses that finish line and final stage. How close does he really want to make this all the way towards the very end is the question. How much level of respect does he have for CRR, or is this a sign of friendship is the question. I wonder what he's thinking about, what he's saying at this moment as well. CRR is getting close, and there goes Chapix. He looks good.
Looking good, but hey, the competition is not over. Let's take a look at this nice, awesome victory screen. So Chapix making it look easy against CRR will advance over to the next round. CRR getting sent down to lower bracket, and up next, and let's take a look at these replays here. Already started, they have some nice emotes. We talked about that friendship between the two, but hey, Chapix's man looks way too easy.
So it was almost perfect the entire way through too. So I'm thinking about, you know, the rest of the competition. How will Chapix look? Yeah, the time is 4:25, but that's about with 2 minutes of some fun that Chapix had as well. So it's gonna be cool to see exactly, you know, how he can actually go up against other people who are really close to that 2-minute mark.
Yo, man, don't put an X on CRR, dude. Give it, at least let the man finish the race, dude. Don't put a big X, but yeah, it's basically 4:25 minus 2 minutes, and as you can see, Chapix is advancing over to the next thing. Now, we have a great battle between Refsguard and Nor Riley.
Yeah, insane setups too, because whoever wins this goes up against Chapix. If you lose, you're up against CRR, which might, I'm gonna say it, be a free match over in the losers bracket. I mean, he's got some practice now for the run. I hope he doesn't make as many mistakes, but there's pressure on CRR there. Who do you have for this one, Sancho, Refsguard versus Nor Riley?
You know, they were talking about Nor Riley being the mechanical prowess that he is in the E region. I like Refsguard, but I definitely have to go with Nor Riley. He was my second pick if I had to choose between Chapix and Nor Riley. He was my second pick of winning the entire thing in Blueprint battle, and I mean, is this going to be too tough for Refsguard here? I think it's going to be very close, though. It'll be a lot closer than CRR and Chapix.
Yeah, true. I mean, you never know what ends up happening though, right? Like, 11, I think, put it best. Not sure if these guys are actually practicing up in the course as well. You know, have they had the basically circumstances and tutorial lessons themselves? It seems like Chapix did. If both Resguard and Norali haven't, then it might be very even all the way towards the very end.
At the same time, if you're at home and you want to try out these Blueprint battles or any of the things that you see throughout the entire All-Star Showdown, you could just go into Creative. It's right there in its own tab. You can check it out, and it has its own matchmaking. And for the person that went up against me, I got roasted, man. I got toast. I got burned in the past. It was just amazing to see the amount of skill and everything out there amongst the Fortnite world.
Oh, absolutely. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're playing in these, it's fun, even if you're going to be a little bit behind. It's the same course the pros are playing, right? Everyone always asks, where do these guys train? What type of zone or map do they play? And I mean, this is it right now, and you can play it yourself. Later on, too, we will have Bullseye Bonanza on the same day. But right now, a whole bracket is ready and set to go for Blueprint Battle. Sancho, I mean, what do you think is the hardest part about that course in specific?
I would definitely, for a controller player like myself, I would definitely have to say once you get into that part where you're going up, ascending, you're doing like double, triple edits, that gets pretty tough. And the main thing as well is when you hit that zigzag, that's pretty difficult as well because it could be a little disorienting if you don't have experience running that course. Because we all know when it comes to edit courses, when it comes to practicing, we already talked about at the analyst test, it's about getting that flow. And when you fall that flow, you miss an edit or you smack yourself right up against the wall, that's where things get difficult.
Yeah, I also like the fact that different people have different preferences on how they edit, right? Of course, you have to make a triangle for a lot of walls sometimes, but some people start towards the top, others go towards the bottom. We saw the difference in that game with CRR and Chapix. When he was side jumping, he chose completely different ways to get up compared to Chapix too. And it's not even about the speed there, it's just cool to see the unique perspectives. Now, with Blueprint Battle as well, it is just a head-to-head race, Sancho, right? You could also lose time looking at where your competition is. It's not like you really have a mini-map showing you where other people are.
It's so fantastic. This kind of reminds me, Shiloh, you know, of this next big event that's happening later in the summer and then the world, the Olympics, right? We're talking about times and having all these kind of camaraderie as well. We have so many different countries represented right now with all our competitors, and at the same time in the Fortnite world, seeing different dominating. It'd be really cool to see like what country ends up on top.
No, absolutely. Always, it's just kind of about how people roll in, what they're even repping for as well when playing inside Blueprint Battle itself. The thing I love the most too is that, you know, these guys are champions, top 3 placers rolling in as well as people that we know. And I know you guys are all predicting a bunch of people in back rooms with the talks as well. It was about Chapix, it was about CRR, Refsguard. Benji Fish is also playing up in here today. When I saw that name in terms of predictions, I was like, wait a minute, this man, when, you know, everything's up against the wall, it looks like he's racing when he's playing inside, you know, endgame or having to edit through his own terms.
Yeah, Benji Fishy, you know, coming from England will be another name that we get to hopefully get to see make it all the way through. You know, I've been in these kind of competitions as well for different games as we're getting our competitors loaded into the map. It's not easy going down to a lower bracket, Shiloh. You got to go all the way through, and knowing that it's a sudden out, if you don't perform, that's gonna be dangerous. But here we are, back to the upper bracket. We have Resguard on the left side, and we have Noah Riley here. And look at the mechanical god working all the way through very quickly. This is gonna be a close race, folks.
He's got that delayed edit all the way on the ramp, clubbed it up just once. That means that his time's not going to be perfect, but Resguard's right behind him, basically just one box away. Noah Riley, the efficiency though. Sancho, he is just too fast and he's not making any mistakes.
Yeah, but Resguard is right behind, just about a grid, I would say, a box. And you're just seeing the difference of skill between CRR and Chapix. And you're going to see how close this is going to be once we get higher and higher in this Blueprint battle. And look, there's the check right there, Shiloh. You talked about it. Looking on the left side and making sure where the other opponent is. And look how fast O'Reilly's blazing right through these edits.
Some of those walls weren't even reset yet the entire time. He is going straight through. He's taking risks.
Wow.
Going fast as well. Refsguard's playing it a little bit safe, but his time is slower because of that. Noah Riley is already done that big pyramid. He's going on to the next one, the side jumps. This is one where if you mess up, you lose a lot of time resetting and trying going for the jump. Again, Noah Riley has not not skipped even one jump yet, though, and he's already cleared it. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, and that's where it's going to be an issue for Refsguard here. He's not going to be able to cut it, get a lot of ground on Noah Riley because those side jumps, you nailed it. You have to take your time, but now we're on board here with Refsguard. Yes, working his way down the descent very nicely here. Just behind, I would have to say 3, 4, 5 seconds behind Noah Riley's speed right now.
Yeah, but Noah Riley doesn't even look, and it's in front of him, and just as the animations are playing, he's not even affected. As soon as I say that, one pyramid that's given a chance for Refsguard to catch up. Here's a very tough part of the competition now. You have to fully reset that wall in front of you. The 2 windows make it so that you can't actually cheat your way in with just a cheeky little square edit. Noah Riley, he's doing it completely perfectly. Refsguard just hit the precipice of that edit course right there, the stage, and Noah Riley's already done it down.
Yeah, right now, Noah Riley is ahead. Refsguard is behind, but he did lead the team in solo points in Chapter 2 Season 6 Finals. We'll see if Refsguard will have a better chance against CR, because I'm already calling it right here. Noah Riley is looking really strong and looking solid.
Yeah, he's looking a little bit sticky inside this labyrinth, though. It's all looking good all the way towards the end of the day. After this is where you really have, you know, the most repetitive type of edit going over again and again and again, almost in a circle. Noah Riley, we've already seen what happens when he has repeats edits in front of him. He's just going to follow the pattern, and he's making it look silky smooth. This man is Kashmir. He's going all the way straight towards the top, leaving Refsguard in the dust.
The finest linens for the finest edits. This is where the home stretch is, the finish line, and we already saw how Chapix could literally go down this descent like a hot knife through butter, and there it is. He looks like he's almost free falling all the way down, and Refsguard is just a little bit too far behind. All business for Noah Riley, no taunting, just a dub.
Just a dub.
Absolute focus from Noah Riley towards the end of the day. This man was there to make a statement, there possibly to set records on EU for the All-Star Showdown. That was blazing fast. I mean, look at this. Look at the difference on each side. Refsguard, yeah, he's hitting so close to these walls. Noah Riley has edited 3 boxes in front of him before he even passes through or knows what's going on. I mean, this guy's insane.
It was definitely that ascent and descent, that first hill, where Noah Riley was just able to put so much distance against Refsguard, and Refsguard was unable to recover. And look at there, 3-0-2 so far. Technically the leader. We know Chapix added about a good minute and a half with emoting. So Noah Riley right now, so far in the lead in terms of our just a fun thing to keep an eye on when it comes to time for 3 minutes. And again, Refsguard gets that dreaded X and get it sent down to a lower bracket.
Seems like in these matchups, players are finishing so much faster than the competition. Before that winner's bracket on the top side, that'll not be the case. Chapix, Noah Riley, when they go head-to-head in bid, it'll be
What happened? The whole time I'm trying to restream it didn't work. Anyway, let's carry on.
Absolutely fast. Now, the next match though, Thomas HD 4ZR. This is gonna be a little bit of a unique one, right? Lots of hype up for both sides. I mean, this should be pretty close.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That was the word I was gonna describe this entire thing. It's gonna be pretty close, you know? And I love these kind of all-stars, kind of skill showcases that we're having here. Because it's kind of cool to see people out of their element. This is definitely out of their element, you know? We're used to coming in that pretty blue battle bus, dropping in and going to your loop, running a path. But now we get to see these guys like head-to-head, and that's what's really awesome about today's event.
No, absolutely, and it's also really cool to see how they handle being in the lead and being behind, or how the different ambiances and atmospheres are like for each player. I mean, the easiest one to point out is Chapix versus Noah Riley, right? The way that one person's a little more goofy, the other one's fully serious. Right now, though, Thomas HD, 4ZR, are we going to be looking at Gimmick Sancho here, or is this a straight head-to-head showdown?
It's going to be definitely a straight-to-head showdown. We have Thomas HC from Denmark and ForZR representing France. One of the picks here for 11-2K, and now we're seeing them
looks like the beagle burned down.
neck and neck right now.
This actually happened.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
Oh my god, it's actually perfect.
Yeah, it is.
Photo finish.
Yeah.
Whoa,
They're at the very same time. This will actually depend on who actually had a better start all the way in the beginning, but now Thomas HC, this is where he's fumbling a little bit. ForZR, he's instantly editing these things. He doesn't care about being close to the wall itself. He's actually moving so much faster, at least in this section of the course. Thomas HD might have a little bit of an advantage later on, but clearly in the lead right now by what I would say 3 or 4 boxes, about 10 seconds, and Thomas HD will be about, yes, 5, 7, almost 10 seconds.
And this is where Noah Riley just was able to push just a little bit of ForZR. Hits the little wall right there. That little misstep right there could just be enough for Thomas HD to catch up here. We're seeing ForZR on a great momentum, being the first place with the UEFA Euro 2020 Cup. And who knows, any momentum you will take, Shayo, going into this All-Star Showdown event.
Yeah, no matter how much of a veteran you are, side jumps, every time you're practicing them, every time there's pressure on the line, for some reason, sometime, you end up messing it up. So far, though, no mistakes from Thomas HD, and because of that, he's all the way far ahead. The first time now in these Blueprint battles, he's done a course with no errors, at least half of it. This other half of the breakdown, he has issues with ForZR. Got stuck on the wall. He barely makes it in, and now they're neck and neck against Sancho.
I literally don't know what's going to happen once we get to the finish line. Are we going to have like a photo finish? Is it going to be by the pickaxe or something? If they have a bigger pickaxe, maybe it gets them ahead of the line. I have no idea, Shia.
Possibly, but right now Thomas HD is really stepping on the gas. I guess he was saving all the energy for that part of the Blueprint battle. Now going down all the way towards the windows. You cannot be a little bit, you know, cutting corners, going for shortcuts here. You have to go for the full reset. You have to fall down, and right here, this is where that butter gets hot. Thomas HD is just going all the way through. A few mistakes here, there, ForZR might be able to catch up, but after this, we get into the labyrinth. That's where you have to be perfect.
Yeah, definitely have to be perfect in that labyrinth. There's about 37 edits that you have to work your way through. And as you can see here, there is a concrete wall, so to speak. You cannot edit through that. So if you kind of make a slow down misstep here, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. Just a little bit right there will be enough to set you back here. We already see Thomas HC all the way ahead. I think right now, Thomas HC is definitely in the lead by about 4 to 5 seconds.
He almost sees the light at the end of the tunnel, and he's there. Now we go for the classic vertical edits all the way around in a circle with these pyramids. You're going to have to reset them mid-air and then jump on them for the fastest time to clear, and Thomas HD is doing it brilliantly. It might not be as fast as we saw from Noah Riley before, but he's still in the lead. ForZR could do this even better, make up the time, and then meet him all the way at the top. He's about 2 or 3 layers behind. Here's where Thomas, though, has to have the speed.
And the battle has led Fortnite here. Thomas HC ForZR compete the most final. So this is it. Coming down close to it, and we thought it was going to be a photo finish, but instead, it's Thomas HD flexing, dancing his way, and advancing to the next round.
That right there is all about consistency. It's all about making sure you're rolling it at your own pace. Thomas HD looking strong.
Oh yeah, man, he looked very strong. Got that lead in about the third skip. Able to blaze past it. Let's take a look at the replay. You talked about are these competitors are going to take it business-wise. They were all business, and we just saw how close it can be. 3:13 still a little bit slower than Norway.
10 seconds off the total time, and it looked like he actually was going so much slower. So now we're kind of seeing how much each second actually drags on, right? Like, even a 1 second difference might just be a matter of 2 or 3 boxes. Look at the bracket, though. Thomas AC is waiting for either Benji Fishy or Jerky to be his next opponent.
I have no doubt in my mind that Thomas AC does not want to see Benji. I think Jerky is going to have an opportunity. That is the current FNCS champion going up against the fan favorite Benji Fishy. I don't know, man. Like, this was so cool about brackets. What I really love is that you could sit here and be like, okay, if Benji advances, I'm definitely going to have to bet. And like, I'm not losing. I'm going to advance all the way through to the winner's bracket. So I know I have to. My road through the grand final will be against Benji Fishy, right? So that's going to be very exciting to see how that matchup plays out in the future. But we still, hey, Benji, you still got to go through Jerky. You still got to beat him. And that's a matchup we get yet to see. Like, we've yet to see a close match. We thought we were going to get one with Thomas HD versus ForZR, but we didn't.
I mean, I thought it was pretty close all the way towards the very end. And 4-0 was in the lead at the beginning too. It's all about who saves that energy and really goes for a perfect edit run in one of those stages. Thomas HD had it when he was all the way towards the top, just grabbing and just flying through that finish line. Jerky and Benji Fishy, they're about to go head to head. We're ready to go, Sancho.
Oh man, we are ready to go. Can Benji Fishy, who's had a kind of a rough season when it comes to FNCS, maybe could return to glory here with the All-Star Showdown. Benji working his way through, already hitting a couple of walls here, and Jerky has that advantage, crossing that first stage first.
Wow, that ended. I blinked once, Sancho, and they're gone.
I saw you clearly scratch your head, and it was over.
I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so Jerky already in the lead. Benji, he has to make up this time, and yeah, you're right. He's sticking to these walls. It's not time to look through your cone and look for the next rotation, Benji. You got to be going faster, my man. Now he's picking up the speed. Jerky slightly in the lead, too. Whoever finishes the stage, we saw it before. If they end up here first, they end up maybe flubbing out all the way towards the very end. Jerky is not to hold on to this lead.
And talk about the ultimate flex. Jerky rocking that Axe of Champions that he was able to get by winning the FNCS last season. Let's go, Jerky.
Let's go, Jerky.
One of 3 people who have it on the EU right now, and he's going straight with it to those side jumps. Does it give you a boost in speed? Does it let you hit these jumps more consistently?
It does.
Hey, Sancho's approved it. Let's go. That placebo hits hard. Wait, he's messed up.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah, it is a little. That's true. It's solid gold, right?
It's solid gold. It reminds me of the track stars running around with that gold chain, and you're just seeing it flowing as they're blazing through. Benji Fishy now has an opportunity to catch up here, but Jerky still has a very sizable lead. It's all going to come down to this ascent and descent stage.
I'm not sure if both these guys will put the pedal to the metal just yet either. You saw what happened with Thomas HD. He was looking like, you know, he was half asleep, half awake. Suddenly, something happened, and it was perfect edit. So maybe it could happen soon.
Yeah, it looks like, of course, all the trios picked who was going to compete, and Jerky actually led in the elim. So maybe it would have been interesting to see him in the Bullseye Bonanza, but he's taking the helm right now and doing some work here in the Blueprint battle.
Hey, if you lead in elims, you got to know how to edit, because that's how you find those shots in the end game on the player's Jerky. I mean, he's got a 3 in his name right now. Might have to change that to a 1. The speed I'm seeing, he's champion status right now.
Now we're seeing a different kind of strategy that Jerky kind of stumbled into this zigzag labyrinth a little bit, but now he's found the flow, looking very nicely here, making it look easy, almost as if he's going in a straight line. Benji's right behind him in the same stage here. It's still going back and forth between the two. It seems as though competitors kind of fall about 3 or 4 boxes ahead. We see Jerky slowing down just a bit.
Oh, he jumped to look at where Benji was. It seems like every single time Benji hits a stage, there's one wall or one ramp that just kind of slows him down. He's going to have to keep things perfect. Right now, 180 is one of those pyramids too. He's going all the way up. Jerky, he's having a little bit of trouble going up the entire time. Now he's speeding up things, but Benji, he's catching up as these guys go to the sky.
Here it is. It could be a photo finish that I desperately need. This is going to be the last match here in the opening round of the Blueprint battle. And Jerky has an opportunity to send Benji down to the lower bracket, which we see CRR, Revsguard, and 4ZR. And Jerky crosses the line and gets it done.
That's the closest we've seen it go all the way so far, though. And I think finally, we have 2 different people actually finishing the race. Every time we've seen that X show. But hey, Benji and Jerky, that was a good one. That's when you talk about when you go home, hey, Mom, I just saw Benji and Jerky fight it off. It was very close towards the very end. It looked very nice, too. Look at these guys giving it their best all the way. I mean, Jerky, he's just a tad bit cleaner today.
Definitely, Benji had some issues with the wall resets at the very beginning. Even Jerky had some issues as well. But it was Jerky who was able just to hold on and just stave off Benji's run. As you can see, finally getting closer. Because, Shayo, I think you nailed it on the head. You do not want production to give you that X.
Not at all. Still, Jerky rolls it in.
And it gave it to
11. Okay, so we don't record the second time. It's true. That's 1 second off from Thomas HD. I mean, you know, these guys are gonna have to really clean things up if they want to beat each other in this bracket, Sancho.
Yeah, I would say, like, right now in the lead is Noah Riley. I think he was at 304, I believe. But, you know, all these numbers all swirling in my head. I think we're gonna bring the boys back to help us out, Shayo.
It's the boys. It's us. We're ready. Wow, that was crazy. My hands hurt for them. I don't understand how they could be so good at this. I guess that's why they're like, you know, top 3 in the FNCS. No big deal. Subtle flex and all. How you guys feeling after that? This was pretty dope, honestly.
Look, I really enjoyed watching that because, you know, you got so many different matches, different endings, just exactly what you sort of expected. And I feel easy, do you know what I mean? When I played it, by the end of the map, I was just dragging my mouse across my mouse pad like I was tired, you know what I mean? These guys are going to have to keep going back at it. And you know what we definitely saw? We definitely saw the element of people not necessarily practicing the map. You get to a new stage, you think, where'd I go here? Do you know what I mean? So now that people are sort of warming into it, time should get a bit, you know, lower. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, I think 4ZR in particular, we saw he actually almost tweeted as well that he only got 3 hours of sleep, hasn't really practiced it too much, and that showed when it came to the ramp edits when you're underneath and you have to flip them, you don't know where you're going. But let's have a look at the bracket. We saw that first match going, CRR unfortunately moving down to the lower side of the bracket, and Chapik's picking that one up. He was kind of memeing a little bit in as well, but one of the interesting matchups we have was Noah Riley versus Refsguard. Let's be real, Noah Riley, he had the lowest time out of everyone so far, being at 3 minutes and 3 seconds, whereas the other 2, which was that, what was that, Juriki and Tom 16 were 3:13. We can't really take Chapik this time, so he was kind of memeing a little bit about it. So he's been ahead by about 10 seconds so far, so he has been a spectacle to watch in just one edit course.
I'll be honest, yeah, you mentioned CR memeing and that. Like, you know when someone's losing, so they just start messing around because they know they've lost. I love you, Chris, but he kneels over. So the course is hard, it gets difficult. You know, the side jump bit for me, I had an absolute mare trying that. And some of the players did as well, that side jump bit where you're trying to, you know, jump up, do the double edit and try and make it. It is hard. Look, CR here, stinker. Chapik's also a stinker, but he ended up winning. So, you know, this part gets difficult. Noah Riley on the other hand. Oh my goodness. Like, he did not.
Clinical. Look at the way Thomas HD does it though. Notice he has his blueprint out so he can select that floor and the cone from further away while he does the side jump. If you're just kind of walking straight up to this, I figured this one out in my 6-minute time practicing it. I saw very, very clearly that if you just walked up to it, edit it, no, you're going to fall, you're going to drop straight down. So having your blueprint out like that allows you to edit it from a little bit further away. But when we're talking about Noah Riley's amazing mechanical skill, there was also something else that he was doing, which was actually doing what we used to call the EJ dash in the kind of ramp flips, which is something that I haven't yet to see anyone else apart from our kind of record holders on YouTube do so far, which is exactly as you see here. Notice how in this next, when he flips the ramp, he'll do a little jump and boost himself that tiny bit forward. When you see someone who has such good mechanical prowess that they can focus on the minute details like that, that's what's going to get him 10 seconds ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, man. Like, some of these matchups now get really interesting. Do you know what I mean? I really want to, you know, see the CR matchup with Refsguard. Let's see if he can redeem himself. I'm being harsh on Chris here, but because I love him, really. But I'm looking forward to the low-rap matchup. It's gonna be fun.
Hey, well, we don't have to wait that much longer because we're gearing right back up. We're going back into creative. We're sending it back over to the boys because it is time to continue the competition here from the FNCS All-Star Showdown.
All-Star Showdown. So here we go.
Let's hit it up so far. Zeke, Levin, Reese, this has been amazing. And yeah, we're talking about the side jumps. We're looking at everything we're watching so far. These players are either owning it or having fun with it, Sancho, and that's what All-Stars is about.
I think you've seen the personalities, actually seen the players in the interviews. All this is a celebration of players and celebration of their skills and devotion to the game of Fortnite. And here we are into the lower bracket, CRR versus Refsguard. I don't know, man. We never know. Stranger things happen. I'm rooting for CRR, controller gang for life.
All right, let's see what happens. He's on the left side now, maybe. This is the blessed side to be on. I know Noah Riley has the best record right now from starting on the right side. I'm not sure if there are any differences, but at the same time, we're going to be rolling all the way in. Refsguard is going to be moving through. The first to hit and about 3 boxes in the lead. CRR is still having fun with the course.
At the same time, you're going to see all our competitors, folks, those times that are right now at 3 minutes, they're going to go down more and more as they get more experience on the big stage. And Reese keeps talking about all these YouTube videos. When you do it on the main stage, that's when it matters the most because there's thousands of dollars on the line, and you all know that nerves at our all-time high.
CRR is just taking his good old time, maybe found a few minis to pop inside those edits as well. Refsguard, he's dashing the whole way away. He's ready to just end this thing entirely. I'm pretty sure CRR might have disabled the walking setting probably as well, or the sprinting setting, who knows, but maybe he can pick up the pace right here, catch up, because hey, if you lose this one, Sancho, you're out.
I will not stand for you to put the controller god, aka CRR, into the ground this way. We all know if CRR would had if this was a box dive competition, CRR would come out on top.
Hey, there's no pumps, there's no boxes to dive, Sancho. So what is CRR gonna do? He's gonna catch up with these edits.
I believe that at least CRR is going to have a great time here again. This is a double elimination, so whoever loses this race right here will be sent out of the competition. But hey, RevScard, this is your prime opportunity to understand the map, to get the flow. You cannot waste this. You got to use it. Now, RevScard already losing one, so he's going to have to run the bracket here and reset the bracket to win the whole thing.
Oh, I see what it is. So with CRR, this man finishes fights in just 1 minute. He's trying to work that mantra in with each stage, right? If we do that, he's gonna be here for 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I understand now, right? Also having a player, it gives you the motivation. It makes sense. Now, the main thing though for RevScard though, right? I'm looking at watching him and seeing that if he's gonna get a time underneath 3 minutes, because that'll show us if he's ready to take on who the best person we've seen so far is right now, Noah Riley.
Absolutely. RevScard has to get around that 3 minute mark, the 3:10. Noah Riley already is 3 minutes and 3 seconds so far is what we've seen. And we got to talk about a little bit in the future. Chapix did 3:14 or so with taunting. So you can't imagine what his time will be if he goes through without that.
Yeah, I was somewhere almost close up to the 4s, but it definitely looked like he was just standing around for even more than a whole minute. Here goes RevScard. He's dashing all the way through. It looks like this man's made this course his home.
RevScard right now, definitely in the lead, about to hit up the towers. Takes a look back. CRR nowhere in sight. Most likely out of render distance at this point.
Is he in the map? Is he still? Is he still editing?
He's out of render. I mean, I don't know where he is. You gotta put your settings to epic here to catch where CRR is.
I'm still looking all the way down below. No, RevScard's left CRR in a different planet completely. There he is. There's his little name. He's catching up all the way through, but RevScard's like, hey, I'm trying to go towards the next stage. Bring me back to the winner's bracket. I don't want to be down here, but I got to edit all the way down here first. He's going to end out, and let's check out the time in just a second. RevScard versus CRR, and it will be the Falcon member RevScard going all the way towards the top. The VR right there. He's going to have the victory for BLUPRINT battles in the lower bracket.
Hey, you know, at the same time, CRR, you're still an all-star. Let's take a look at the replay to see where CRR was running into a little bit. Again, as a controller player, it is quite difficult to work your way through, to find the rhythm. The side jumps are a little bit of an issue for CRR, but hey, thank you so much for competing in today's All-Star Showdown BLUPRINT Battle event.
I guarantee if we just put someone at 50 HP at the end of the course, CRR would have finished in 30 seconds. I guarantee it. But 328 for RevScard. All right, I guarantee it. So I think, you know, next time we run this up, we got to make some amends for CRR. But he's only at 328 now. So I would say, what, a slower time than before. So maybe having a little bit of fun, keeping it light, keeping it clean. This is what it looks like, though, so far. He's going to be going up against whoever wins, well, actually, whoever loses from, I believe, Chapix and Noah Riley right now. So RevScard's waiting to take on a Titan, basically, Sancho.
Yeah, this is where you're seeing the BLUPRINT battle bracket kind of developing here. If this is your first time watching this kind of competition, the lower bracket has to go all the way through, and then they will face the winner of the top with the upper bracket, have to do a bracket reset. So they have to beat them twice, essentially, to be able to walk away with the whole bag, as we say. So, hey, we're just getting started here. It's a lot of excitement, and we're seeing some great skill here, Shayo.
Yeah, the next matches we have set up, 4ZR, Benji Fishy. I mean, these guys, when they're rolling in, they were very serious about this Sancho. They lost by a matter of just about 4 or 5 seconds. This next matchup might go down to a 1 second difference, and that is what I'm the most excited for.
One of the hardest things as well about being in the lower bracket is you have to like literally play and you don't have any moment to rest. And Levin already talked about it. This is a very difficult course. I cannot stress this number. Over 600 edits you have to do at a blazing pace while racing someone that you know has a great mechanics as well. It's not easy. If you try it at home yourself, it's available again in creative. I will say that again. Go ahead and try it. You will probably check her out when the time you
hit stage 4.
Time we hit stage 4.
Yeah,
So yeah.
every single time we watch this bracket
Every single
develop,
time.
we see the losers bracket go on, we see these matchups over and over again. I mean, these guys will feel that exhaustion, so towards the end is where we might see the most mistakes, and that'll be the most interesting. Now, Sancho,
This
another thing.
FNCS match, as you know, guys, is going to be a best of start, guys, for a day when we take a break. Please get your drinks, get hydrated, and yep, it's your boy and stuff. So let's blast off into outer space. In the zone, I'm going to say I'm going to get myself hydrated. So while you'll listen to this brand new music. So yeah, as you know, guys, I'll see you again later after 13 minutes of FNCS All-Stars Showdown. Cheese. Cheerio.
Hey everyone, my name's Levin2K. This is Player Profiles. I'm joined by your FNCS champion, Queasy.
Yeah, well, pleasure is mine.
You've achieved a lot. You've been competing since just before World Cup, right? Which is, it seems like a long time ago now, but talk to me, about your early days and sort of how you sort of got into things as a competitive player.
Basically, like in World Cup, I didn't have the best PC and stuff, but I just like kept playing, getting good. I got my set duo Trulix, and we just started grinding the game all the time, 24/7. And then our first performance in duo FNCS went really well. In trios, we reunited. We just popped off and won.
I think when you look at your trio, right, and the success you guys have had, what has sort of been your influence to play high ground, how you've learned, and how you developed your sort of style, right?
So we watched like Aqua and Stumpy and like some other high ground teams, and we just basically adapted this like edge 50-50 zone. Even if we don't take it there, our whole like gameplay is based off looking on height. Trulix also like makes a lot of the height calls and stuff, and then Jerky's just there to like frag everyone.
And now that you're FNCS champions, you know, you've got that FNCS pickaxe to run around with and, you know, intimidate people with that in game. Who are sort of the people who you've always looked at in Fortnite as sort of, you know, almost role models, people you look at and you think, you know, I want to get to that guy's level?
I think one of them is like Epic Well. I admire him a lot. Like, I feel like if he went to different regions, he would probably be the best still there. Every single person that has made it, like, as a tier 1 professional in Fortnite, I look up to them as well.
Yo, Queasy, man, honestly, it's been a pleasure having you here and being able to get some insight. Is there anything that you want to sort of say to people, any sort of advice you'd give to up-and-coming players who want to get to your level and become an FNCS champion?
Basically, if you put time into it, everything is possible.
Simple, but very effective. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.
That's a tough one.
It's just unique from all the other POIs.
Like, this is perfect.
For competitive, I prefer new tilted. I went there in World Cup and I know it pretty well, so I think that's why.
I definitely knew tilted because there, like when it was in the game, there was like the flying tunnels.
The nostalgia, all the memories from it. So I gotta pick Season 2 tilted.
Ooh, I prefer Neo tilted. That was very fun and a lot of mobility.
Neo tilted because there was like the builds were very modern, and I just like the style of the city.
I would still go with Paradise here. I think it has more and better loot.
Paradise Palms, of course. There's a lot of loot as well.
I would say Frosty Flights because back then Stumpy and Aqua were my favorite players, and I always looked up to them, and the trio FNCS landed there and won it.
I was a bit confused back in the days when I went to Frosty because I didn't really know the buildings well, so I prefer going Paradise.
I don't know, I just like the hotel in Paradise Palms way better.
Pretty hard question. I would say Lucky Landing, to be honest.
I'd always go to shifty shafts and like try to eliminate everyone there. So I'm gonna go with shifty shafts.
That's a tough one. Probably Lucky Landing.
Shifty is the better POI.
I would still rather land Lucky Land and shifty shafts. I think there's better loot.
It was just kind of refreshing when it got added to the game instead of retail, so I'll go with Mega Mall.
I like Mega Mall as well.
I would say Mega Mall for sure.
Mega Mall is like really overpowered, like it's way better than retail right now.
I prefer retail, to be honest, because last season as well I landed there in the solo tournaments, and then one of them placed top 5 when I landed there.
I think Sunny Steps was better. Snobby Shores was way too far edge zone.
It was like decent loot, so I would go with Snobby.
I think Snowy Shores has more loot than Sunny Steps and more mats.
I'm gonna go with Sunny Steps. Sunny Steps was kind of a cool concept with like the stars and everything.
Snobby Shores because I landed there in duo back then, when it was still in the game.
Hey everyone, my name is 112K. We're back for another player profile, and I'm joined by the one and only Andretta. He is one of the best talents we've had come out of Norway. Andretta, man, how are you feeling?
No, I'm doing very good.
Is there anything that you sort of look back on that you sort of are going to take forward next time round in the next finals?
I feel like we played insane and barely had any mistakes. We played really good, and it was just Queasy, Trulix, and Jerky that like popped off the last games.
Friend group culture is obviously a massive thing in Fortnite, right? And you know, who are the people you surround yourself at the moment, and who you sort of learn from on a regular basis?
Basically every like top Norwegian player, and we have 2 coaches. We have Bloodex and Sjokoladen. I've learned so much from them. It's insane. I love everyone who's in there. You know, I'm learning so much every day.
You're obviously one of the few Fortnite players and one of the few top Fortnite players at this sort of level that's got to experience a LAN event. How was it like handling the nerves and the pressure on LAN?
I feel like I'm really happy I qualified for World Cup because that made me ready for future LANs and other stuff, you know. I feel like there's more improvement, so that's why I want to go to boot camp. I want to go to different LANs in the future and stuff.
What's the one thing you have your eyes set on now? I think I have an idea of what it's going to be. What is that one thing you want to achieve now in your Fortnite career?
After getting second in FNCS, I have my eyes on first place now, so that's my main goal, is getting first place in next FNCS.
I'm going to be rooting for you, man, so don't let me down. Don't let the people down. No pressure.
I won't.
Thank you very much for joining me, man. If you guys have enjoyed this, be sure to check out Andretta. He's an amazing guy. We'll see you guys all soon. It's been 11-2K and Andretta. Peace out.
Peace out.
A game day for me, something to eat, and then I usually go for a walk. I take a shower and then I just start slowly warming up.
1v1 realistic or zone wars. I play a lot with other pros.
Hop into arena like 30 minutes before the tournament.
If I feel like my aim is off, I'll do more aim training.
Before big games, I'm not really putting my expectations high. I'm taking it like slow.
I like listening to like songs that gets me in like a good vibe, so I'm ready to play.
Sometimes I just take a shower, like to fully refresh.
Before a game, I just listen to some rap music. Like I'm just putting it like pretty loud to like get me motivated for that.
If I have a bad game in a tournament, then I always try to just forget it, think ahead, you know, and not think about the past while you're playing.
So I just kind of tell myself that I want to win it and then just play to win, and that usually like helps a lot.
Just focusing on my game.
I'm normally avoiding to eat like fast food and stuff.
Whatever my mom makes, it's always good food.
Be eating berries, eating all that stuff, just to make sure I have more energy.
I don't exercise before games, but I probably should, because it's better for my health.
I do like breathing exercises, so I stay calm and not get like shaky or something.
I usually just go for a walk.
Going outside for like walks or runs, I think is pretty important.
I'm not superstitious, but my teammate Flick is very overthinking of everything.
After 3 games, I always change my chewing gum. That's just like, I've done that for years now.
I can't wear long sleeves when playing. I need to have a jersey on.
Always before tournaments, I get kind of zoned in just naturally. If I play good, I do good, and that's kind of it.
Hey everyone, my name's 11-2K. I'm here for another player profile, and I'm joined by the amazing Tayson. You're obviously a 2-time FNCS champ. You know, how do you sort of deal with that pressure? What's that pressure been like?
At the start, I didn't really think of that too much, but now, like people that are not in top level just can look at how people that are placing first and like good in tournaments play. The skill gap is getting like so much like smaller.
What are the things in Fortnite that you still feel like you need to achieve to prove it to yourself, not even to anybody else, but just for yourself?
So mainly every season the goal is just like first FNCS. My goal is as well winning Solo Cash Cup, which I didn't do yet. So
it's funny now that I think about it, because you obviously haven't won a Cash Cup yet, and you are the FNCS champ for solos. Do you ever think about the fact that there's a lot of, you know, players and talent out there who obviously sort of like look up to you, right? Does that ever sort of play into your head, the fact that you are like sort of a role model now?
yeah, it's crazy to think about it. Like it's hard to have an ego now, like because everyone is on the same level. There's no like really good players. Everyone good is like on the same level. All about the confidence now.
Tayson, honestly, it's been a pleasure, you know, having you here, being able to get some insight from you. What advice do you have to players who are trying to be good at solos like yourself?
Look what people like a really good level are doing. I think the practice is like really the main thing you need to do every day.
Well, I'm gonna put in the practice then, and maybe I'll get on your level someday. I'll talk to you guys later. It's been 11-2K and Tayson.
Thank you.
your mind in this
you're
next
right. Welcome
matchup,
back, guys,
right?
to my
Benji
FSS
Fishy,
All-Star
4ZR.
Showdown
What
Blueprint
is it going to be
battle.
rolling in? Like, who's going to take the mantle? Who's going to move on in the competition?
I think 4ZR, he was in a close race between Thomas HT. My concern for Benji, he hit a lot of those walls, you know, in the resets. If he can clean that up, I think Benji will have a chance, but I don't know, man. 4ZR, I'm going to go with Levin. If Levin believes in 4ZR, I'm going to believe in 4ZR.
I believe in Benji Fishy. I want to see it roll it all the way through. That's what I'm looking at all the way towards the end. But the coolest thing, and you were talking about pressure, right, is that not only are these guys, you know, fighting head-to-head with someone else, there's hundreds of thousands of people watching, there's money on the line. If they lose this, they're out, right? There isn't a lower bracket, an underground super savior bracket, so they will have to.
No,
yeah. Is it down there? No. It's just Benji all the way. That's the last name towards the very bottom. If they lose this one, Sancho, no matter how close it is, they're out.
They get the guaranteed money, which is nice. At the same time, they're out, no doubt. You go from $1,000 or so, but the grand prize is $10,000. So yeah, man, that's it. Your ride is done, and you get to sit back and relax to watch the rest of this awesome broadcast with two awesome casters. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, indeed. Now to talk about 4ZR and Benji and how, you know, their previous matches went entirely. You mentioned, Sancho, that Benji was hitting a lot of walls. Now with 4ZR, too, he had a very strong lead, but he lost it out towards the very end. With those two types of styles, does it change your mind as to who you think will win? Like, will the wall hitting be more of a, you know, kind of thing that holds Benji back, or is it going to be 4ZR getting tired out towards the end of the battle?
Well, I mean, we did see Benji actually finish the course, so I mean, his time was a little bit slower than his competitor that sent him down here. I think 4ZR didn't really make a lot of mistakes. This is Thomas HG just found that second gear that you talked about and was able to catch up very quickly, and it was on a portion that seemingly was been easy for a lot of competitors. So I think 4ZR cleans it up, and I hate to root against Benji. He's a good kid. You know, I love fish sticks as well. England's awesome. I love the country, but I think 4ZR and the French are going to take this one.
Let's set it up then. Benji Fishy, doesn't matter which teammates you have right now. And 4ZR, you don't have to worry about Storm Surge. Just edit whatever's in front of you. Here we go. He's going to be rolling in. I think both players side by side finish the stage at the same time. And this might actually be as close as we're harping out to be. Yes, they're actually, it's a mirror, Sancho. I'm looking at a mirror right now. These guys are exactly the same.
I'm surprised if you look on the top side of your screen, 4ZR hit a wall, and those walls are quite treacherous. Even if you play in pubs, we all know when you're trying to build fight, go up to someone and you hit that wall, all of a sudden you get eliminated. And right now, 4ZR is so close to being eliminated. This is the closest race we have all day.
Hey, Benji's got that 70s music popping in his ears. He's found his groove. He's really moving in, hasn't made a single mistake so far. There's that wall hit we were talking about. That's going to actually hold him back every now and then. But as we get an update with 4ZR, yes, there it is. They've caught up again. They're neck and neck. Another wall Benji hits, but 4ZR hits it at the same time. These guys are so close in time.
Right now, Benji is trying to make another finals experience here. He's the second most in all of the EU, and this is where it gets kind of close here. Hey, nerves are a big factor. We always talked about how players can perform on a LAN. Well, how can players perform going head-to-head, Chayo?
I mean, they can perform exactly like each other. Benji having a slight lead because he was keeping those side jumps tight. 4ZR was kind of going straight into them. He's really passionate about what's going on right now. He's really focused.
Oh my goodness.
Benji's in the lead by about half a second. Needs to keep going. Now 4ZR takes it. Benji takes it again. Okay, this is getting too close.
I didn't know I would have to work on my race commentary, but this is what it is right now. It's literally coming down to the final moments. Every edit is so crucial here on the descent, and right now Benji's just in the lead by about 2 edits.
This is the one that Benji struggles with the most. All these walls, you can't actually move past them.
No.
Yes, and just edit 2 squares.
No.
You have to edit them completely. You have to reset it first. And even though he's messing up, 4ZR is making even more mistakes and is slightly further behind. Still, now, both caught up. Same wall, same ramps, same stairs. Benji actually gets out and edges in just a bit faster. 4ZR sees him slightly in the lead. This labyrinth, it's all about the movement. We saw it with RevSquad here, Sancho. If you keep your movement tighter, even if your edits are a bit slower, you will move out faster.
And it's coming down to the last moments here. This will either continue your run into the All-Star Blueprint battle or send you at least off the menu. You're already home, I know, playing, so you're not going to completely go home, but the end of your ride will be right here, and Benji's just in the lead by about 2 seconds.
And right now you want to make it seem like there's no builds in front of you at all with Benji. That should be the case, and it is the case. He is just going up a spiral staircase that looks almost built before ZR. Look at the speed, look at the moves. He's going all the way towards the top. They might meet each other here on the final layer. No, Benji hits it first. What is it, 3-second advantage? He's going down, Sancho. He's about to take the win.
He's about to take the win, but 4ZR is right behind on the right side, about 3 layers right below, and then Benji is about to touch the ground here, and all he has to do is cross. 4ZR is so close, and Benji Fishy starts off elimination and able to survive. 4ZR has been eliminated from the All-Star Showdown Blueprint battle, but that is probably the closest race we've had all day, Shayo.
A matter of 2.5 seconds between both competitors. Benji, all the focus, all the hard work and passion, dropping the L at the end of that as well. I mean, this, I think, was my favorite matchup so far, Sancho.
And it came down to those resets, man.
Side, let's see who can get all the way back up towards grand finals. One step closer to staying inside the competition. Jerky was off to a fast start. RevSquad is editing so fast, his ramps were actually breaking. So both these guys are giving it their all to stay inside the competition.
The key factor here, Shayo, is Jerky just literally ran through this course. So, hey, Jerky may be a little fatigued here. We'll see how he does when he gets to about the midway point.
Hey, for Fortnite players, sometimes repetition is exactly what you need. Everyone always thinks, hey, if I only had one more chance in that game, if I only had one more chance with that zone, I would have done things so much more differently. It would have been an easy win. This is Jerky's reality. At the same time, though, it might be slipping away from his grasp. RevSquad looks like he's even running faster than Jerky right now, and these guys are so close in speed.
I just love that shot right there. It's almost as if they're mirrors right there. It's so impressive to see this high caliber of skill by the EU region Fortnite players. Jerky now takes a look over. Jerky, you don't have to do that. There is a little thing on the right that literally says your name, that you're in the lead, my guy.
And it adds a little bit of pressure on him too. Here's RevSquad though, really just hopping up these side jumps like crazy. Like he has a tail on the back of his behind as well, because he's finding he's finding ways to grab onto these builds that should not be naturally possible. Meanwhile though, as he's dropping down throughout the whole way, Jerky actually goes by faster. And now he's building up again. It seems like, Sancho, Jerky, when going up, is slower than RevSquad. When RevSquad is editing downwards, he has the speed.
And this mountain is about 56 edits going up and 56 edits going down. This is where we see Noah Riley kind of push the competition away. Right now, Jerky and RevSquad are really close, going neck to neck right now at the moment here. I've always been rooting a photo finish, but this time, Shayo, it may actually happen.
Now we'll see RevSquad really picking up the speed as he goes all the way down towards the bottom. He does average 6th place when, you know, he's really tarping for the team, when he's the one actually putting the builds down. But Sancho, it's not about putting builds down now. It's about re-editing them, replacing them left and right, really getting through them, which you might not have the most experience compared to someone who's really looking for all the elims towards endgame.
Yeah, the only time you would experience this as a tarper is if the storm bounces back and you got to go through old builds, because right now a tarper would pretty much have clean builds so his teammates could walk through. So you're right, not that much editing, but you're seeing this right now. They're in literally the same edits, going right, tied up. It's so intense. Look at this, they're crossing the circle at the same time. These are the final moments. It's the 2 towers that have to go up and descend down, and RevSquad was able just to squeak through just a little bit in the lead, but Jerky's right there, Shayo. He's right there.
RevSquad is going all the way straight up. He made up all the time in the labyrinth because that's low ground edits. That's where he actually survives the most and has the most experience, and now he's in the lead by about a half a second.
Yeah.
Be like water, fix your container, go all the way down. It's a race to see who can actually beat gravity and get towards the floor. The first RevSquad's going all the way down towards the right side. You gotta get through. Jerky, it's Jerky who doesn't know. Wait, RevSquad, it was RevSquad. Okay, it was too close towards the end. I saw Jerky run through, but we have to see in that photo finish who actually made it through the line first. That was the closest race we've seen so far.
Wow, it came down to the descent there from the 2 towers. Going into it, look how close it was, folks. Edits going through, and Refsguard was able to sneak through. Like I said, it may have been that Axa champion slowing down Jerky. Well, actually,
It was Jerky. He rolled in.
He rolled
Yeah,
in.
it was Pi. Pi wins at the end of the day. 0-3-1-4. They go through all the way towards the very end. I feel like the map literally was like, guys, we can't handle this. You're too good. You're
too good.
You're too similar. We're gonna give you guys both the message, but we'll figure it out afterwards. They roll in towards the very end. Jerky will move forward. Refsguard, what a showing. I mean, it was so close. He made up all that time towards the labyrinth on low ground.
Yeah.
Those edits, the incline Sancho going all the way towards the top.
Yeah.
It was too much for him.
It kind of reminds me there of the, the last season's FNCS, Jerky coming out as a champion and Refsguard's trio, second place. So right then and there.
Oh.
Remember that? You remember that? This is a All-Star Showdown. This is about rivalries too. We were talking about, is there rivalries? Yes, there is. These guys actually competed against each other. We're talking about season 6, the top 2 going toe-to-toe right then and there. And Jerky stomping out the toe of Refsguard, sending him down and out of the competition.
Hey, history ends up repeating itself, but the question is, who can take down the champion right now? He's lost once before, and he's in the lower bracket, but he's looking to go all the way through. Now we have the next one ready to go. Benji, Chapix, these guys finding out every time, you're talking about historic rivalries. I mean, I feel like this was like season 4, season 3 of chapter 2, where these guys were really the most prevalent in their trios. They were looking to fight each other. They had the head-to-head matchups. Now we'll see them roll with these edits, both going through. You cannot afford to make a mistake in the first stage.
I like Chapix using the double pickaxe. There's something about having it. I don't know what it is. I guess the sound. I mean, sound's a big factor too. Maybe that's helping him blaze through, but this is going to be a close race again. I wish for the photo finish previously. We may get it again, and we may keep getting it for the rest of the way. It's going to come down to crucial edits like that. Right there, that mistake, Shio, could end up being Chapix's run.
He had about a 1/10 of a second lead there on all the edits, but yes, in fact, that ramp right there, messing up, actually holds him back slightly. Now both players are going to be pretty even moving into this. Benji, though, I mean, this guy does this on stream for fun. The triple edits going upwards. How many games have you seen Benji Fishy win, and then he just flexes, building and editing these triple edits over and over again? I mean, he is at home right now.
This could be just the win that you may need. We talk about Benji, get into the finals the most. Hasn't had a lot of final finishes, but this might be the thing that kind of catapults him. Fortnite's a game of momentum. We already say it could be this person's day, it could be that person's day. Whoever wins the entire event, it might be. Yeah. Call it, dude. Call it.
Call it.
It's the quicksand. This stage has to be the quicksand of this entire map. It has ruined so many consecutive times rolling in. Absolutely.
Oh man, it's Chapix, man, such a great player. FNCS champion from the previous season in season 5. And Benji right now is later, dude. Later, Benji. We'll see you in the next round, my guy.
Hey, who knows? Refsguard made up a lot of time on those low ground edits on that little labyrinth maze zigzag all the way down below.
That is awesome.
At the same time, you already know it. Every time we see Benji in the lead, who takes him out? Who takes him out, Sancho?
No one. Yes, you're right. I mean, with Benji, when he starts going, he starts cooking. We talked about a fire being put by Noah Riley, but when Benji goes supernova, no one could douse him out. No one could slow him down. He's hitting God pumps left and right. He's placing there. You had one of the great casting moments of Fortnite when Benji just popped off with that pump. We've seen it all before.
Got no storm in front of him this time, so I'm not sure if that's a slight nerf or relief for Benji when he's moving forward, because he loves that added pressure. He's going all the way through with this race.
The last FNCS tournament is now here. So I feel like I want to do another tournament for.
These are true solo time alive, and it's all about having keywords, making those edits, and staying alive inside those crevices inside the zone. But it's not about staying in places now, Sancho. It's about breaking through, having speed, and having edits all the way towards the sky and down below the finish line as well.
Benji definitely has that speed and momentum. Here is that kind of distant waterfall down through.
How much you could be at dance melody.
The camera can't even keep up. It was at max speed and Benji was
When
going faster. No way. Okay.
I like the play.
I only have 4 times speed in my camera thrown. Yeah, I did 16 to catch up to Benji. But Benji advances and survives in the blueprint battle, sending Chapix out of this competition.
That is the end of Fortnite. So long, chumps.